Boys, what about Chelsea?
We did it. Frankie did it.
What
We did
season
it.
is next year? We're going to win the league.
Oh, the investment.
You can leave right now. You're disowned from this podcast if you're calling out that kind of shit.
Yeah, I think we should shout out now. Pick
The
up
last-
Chelsea players for next season.
Dude, the last time Chelsea came 10th in the league, we won it the year after
That's true.
when Fab Regas came.
Oh,
So,
Fab
like,
Regas.
yeah, let's just,
Fab
like,
Regas.
it's not impossible.
Yeah, look, I know. There are a lot of good players there. They sort this shit out.
We'll see.
And I'm not trying to get excited right now.
We just got to get Frankie out of there and then
Yeah.
get someone to do the job properly.
I know. It's been a nightmare. But, anyway, we're going to be talking about Chelsea this week for a change, so we won't talk about it too much now. But it's safe to say that two Chelsea fans on this podcast were pretty happy about it.
Come the Blues.
Boys, how we doing?
Yeah. Well, maybe welcome back to the Draft Boys, the FPL podcast.
Oh, not bad.
Stealing.
Okay.
Well, he wasn't going to do it.
I paused. I forgot to do it. I
Yeah.
normally leave it on my screen to remind myself. Well, I'll welcome them.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Draft Boys, the FPL Draft Podcast. As always, joined by Miley G, myself, Whitey. Lads, how we doing?
We're doing good. It's end of season. We're probably just like chilling out a bit.
He's getting that end of season sadness. He knows he's not going to catch first place. He's got nowhere to move really. There's no one near him. He's just like, okay, I want next year's draft.
Look, my season's over, but I'm here for the listeners.
So you're like a mid-table team right now. You got nothing to play for.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think he's actually Arsenal.
But never in the lead.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but you're not going to win, and
Yeah.
no one's.
It's probably
gonna
one of
catch
those
ya.
seasons where Liverpool were chasing City down and we just couldn't beat them.
Yeah.
That's what it
It
feels
was like never
right?
going to happen, but
Feels
you
like-
thought that you
yeah.
might. Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
It does.
I had all the hope 3 game weeks ago.
Yeah.
No, it's gone.
This one crushed you.
It's gone.
Okay, boys, let's do points. I got a feeling I'm going to be going first here on 22.
Order has been restored.
Can anyone beat that?
No. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Depending which way you're asking it. Yes.
I
or
think
no.
like 22 is almost literally what you get if you add up all of the players' points, right? If they all just get 2 points.
Yeah,
Yep.
that'd be right.
It's not exactly what happened though. Shah decided to get an own goal, so he got -2 points.
Man, hasn't he
And-
done this to you before?
He has. He's a bastard. Robbo got me 6 points. One of the first clean sheets of Liverpool's season, which was very pleasing. That was to start the week, and I thought, oh, look at this. Everything's going to be okay. And then now there's nothing else to talk about. Everyone else betrayed me.
Yeah, your man Haaland couldn't carry you any longer.
Why did he let Gundy take the pen? Pep was so mad.
He was angry.
Did you see it?
He was furious.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, listen to Pep.
2-0 is not good enough for this title.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I just hope I'm first draft pick next year because I want Haaland again.
Oh, really? You're not going to... You're kind of cursed.
Fuck
I think
that.
anything that you're going to do the opposite.
Gotta get Haaland. You gotta get Haaland.
Didn't do you any good this year.
He's gonna get better. Oh, none of that was to do with Haaland. It was to do with some bad decisions and some very poor luck.
Maybe you just need to spend more time thinking about pick 2 to 20, not pick 1.
Yeah.
Oh no, I want Haaland.
Spend more time on the rest of your draft.
I just
order.
want Haaland.
That's it. Let auto pick from,
Yeah,
from there on.
exactly. Well, I won't be here, so that'll be perfect.
That's fair.
I'll just
That
be
works.
first draft pick, and I'll rely
Maybe
on.
we should get one of
everything
our
being
listeners to
Haaland.
draft for you. That'd be
No,
fun.
I'm sorry, guys. I love you all, but I'll be
Maybe-
taking care of it. I'm dialing in.
Maybe we'll get Southie to draft. for you.
No, I want her to draft
be a
for you.
bit jilted after what you did.
No, but
for
maybe
her.
she wants to get revenge on me.
exactly. That's
So
what I'm
that
talking
she'll
about.
Draft really well for you.
Oh,
Yeah, because it's against me.
I'd prefer if she drafted for you, Milo. That's full payback.
That's payback.
Yeah.
it'd be cool to do a live draft recording. Like I know it'd be impossible because we got all our idiot mates there, but it'd be so good. And to get people live.
We could maybe try. We
messaging
could
us.
come in and out.
I'm going to be
record for
asking
little
advice
moments.
on the Instagram of the FPL Draft Boys Instagram during our draft.
Yeah, we're going live. Let's go live.
We'll go live.
At least for maybe the first round.
We mic everybody up.
Oh my God.
God, our drafts can get
Can we
boring.
double tick explicit content?
Yeah.
Yeah, geez.
Yeah.
Well,
Bobby will be there.
there'll be off-camera stuff for sure. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Because come on.
Crystal Phallus himself. All right. Enough. Who's next?
Look,
Points.
we tied, but I'm going to go because I feel like I don't deserve to go last with what's sitting on my bench.
Oh, perfect.
So I'm on 36 points this week,
Mm.
but I nearly have that many points sitting on my bench.
Oh,
Tell
I
me.
have 22 points
are you kidding?
from 2 players.
Heater.
Who?
Van Dijk and Barnes.
Oh, and we just trashed Barnes last week, and look what he does.
Yep. I know. He's come back to hurt me. And I know Liverpool had one cleanie, but I just didn't feel confident that we were going to carry the clean sheet form.
You know what?
Just because Liverpool's they've hurt me too much this year.
I'd even just own it. I'd be like, you know what? My team's too good. I
Yeah.
just can't fit these good players
That's true.
in my starting 11.
Season's over. I don't care anymore.
You know?
Doesn't matter.
Exactly.
And then same thing. Barnes had 0 form since coming back from injury. And who would have seen that he got 2 goals?
yeah, that game was a bit crazy.
Yeah. All of those games were crazy.
I
but
can't wait to talk about it.
I know,
Well-
pretty exciting. But the only main shout outs from me is my boy Odegaard just continuing to kill it. Trent is saving me with some defensive points, and that's about it,
Odegaard's
really.
looking so good, man.
Yeah.
5 goals in 5 games.
He's
Mate, sitting on 15 goals, that's huge.
And there was a moment where he kind of just slowed for a sec, and everyone's like, okay, maybe he's like done. And I think people were kind of dumping Arsenal assets a little bit. And I know they were in fantasy budget. They just weren't hot property because everyone's like, oh, they're bottling it, da da da. And they've just had this little resurgence lately, those Arsenal guys. It's
Yeah.
like fucking
100%.
Odegaard, that guy's just ticking over.
Yeah, game week 21 through to 25, he had like 2 assists.
Yeah.
So there's just kind of that dark period.
But the
for
thing is,
sure.
even then, that's not that dark.
Yeah,
For
four-
a dark period.
4 games.
No, but just I guess because
Man.
before that it was
I've seen the dark.
seen the darkness.
This
I've
whole
seen the
year. I
darkness.
barely, my eyes feel like they've been closed. All right, Miles, take us home.
I'll be quick, guys. I got 36 as what Hito said, and McAllister, Salah,
I saw
a couple of penalties, you know. Actually, no, McAllister wasn't a pen this week, was it?
No, it bounced off him.
Bounce off his
yeah.
fucking head, man. It was
That's
such
right.
bullshit.
But the week before it was a pen. And yeah, Salah, a cleanie from Allison, but that's it, you know.
The interesting thing for us this week is we were near the top points for our league. The highest points was 42. And we're quite a small league. So I'd be curious if the larger leagues who might have had some of the random players that we
Yeah.
don't have
Yeah,
that scored big
Oh.
hauls might have actually had a high
Very
average.
interesting.
it is.
Because there's a lot of unowned players that
use
scored
owners.
big this week.
Yeah.
Oh, I think,
And
yeah.
I
Well, we'll
love
be
that.
talking
I
about
miss
it.
that.
This is kind of like the relegation battle pod.
It
It
is.
is.
Based on the results literally from this last set of games.
Most interesting games.
They were
That's
so
it.
good.
Let's
All right.
turn it into a relegation pod for sure.
We will, but I need snacks before I can do that.
I forgot.
Our boy Hito was on Snack Chat this week. Mate, what do we got? What do we got?
What do you feel like first, the snack or the drink?
I'm really thirsty,
Yeah, me
weirdly.
too.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I'm
always.
so thirsty.
Okay.
Always the drink for me, I reckon.
So Snack Chat, for those who don't know, is it's our little section of the pod where we have some fun talking about something that's not fantasy related. And yeah, our boy, what's he got us?
So we have a limited edition from James Squire.
limited edition.
Red wine, sangria, ginger beer.
What the
Wow.
fuck?
No idea what that means.
That sounds so weird.
But we'll see. I don't know if it's a mix of red wine sangria or they've just rebranded their ginger beer to red wine. I don't know what's going on.
Jimmy
It's a
Squires.
surprise.
So excited for
It's a
this.
surprise.
amazing.
Because their ginger beer is
Wait,
amazing.
Can we rate
It
the
is.
crack? I want to. Not
Oh.
solid. Oh, that was a good crack.
Oh, it's a juicy
Miles
crack.
made it look really awkward.
Yeah, well,
I'm really keen to try this too because I just don't even know
You
what
can
to expect.
smell the red wine or
Cheers,
the sangria vibes. Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
Thank you, Hito.
Okay, little colourful cans we got here.
One standard drink. Oh, wow.
You taste the ginger beer.
That is interesting.
Ginger beer with a slight hint of the red wine sangria.
I
I'd say.
really like it.
Yeah.
Stronger
I-
ginger beer taste, probably.
Honestly, you can't go wrong with good ginger.
The first taste, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to love it. But then after it settles to your tongue, it's delicious.
It's good. Once it settles to your tongue.
It's more ginger beer, right, than the sangria.
Yeah. Yeah. It's quite well balanced. I really like it. Who's a ginger in the league? Oh, is De Bruyne a ginger?
Oh,
He
yeah.
qualifies
He's very
as a ginger,
fair.
right?
Big time, yeah.
Is this the De Bruyne of drinks?
Sure.
The ginger beer?
Yeah.
With a sangria?
That
Why
ginger
not?
ninja.
Ginger ninja.
Okay.
And to go with it, we
what's he
have
paired it with?
digestive Choc Tops milk chocolate biscuits.
Dude, I used to eat so many of these things.
I have no idea what they
heard
are. I've
of
never
that.
seen them before. They look
He's brought us a
interesting.
row each.
Well, if you want to eat a whole row.
Jeez. Okay, well, open one first. We'll,
Dude, these things are really, really good.
can do
They're
lines.
very common in England, but the big one.
But it looks like it's got a little marshmallow layer or something underneath the chocolate from the photo.
okay. Okay, for sound.
Is that
for
the
crunch.
case?
Oh.
Okay.
Describe
good.
it. Describe
good.
it. Describe it to the people.
You know what? It's just like having a chocolate covered tiny teddy, chocolate coated one, but with this sweet inside.
I disagree. It's breadier than that. Biscuitier.
The chocolate's the same though.
That is amazing. You've killed it this week. Okay. I'm going to throw you my
Thank you.
ratings. A double 9.1.
Oh, I'll take that.
And you know what? The drink for me was a 7.5 before the snack, but after the pairing, it's gone up to 8.2.
Oh, I'll take that.
And the eats are like a solid 9 for me because I used to smash.
Yeah,
chocolate-covered
baby. That's what
digestive.
we want.
You know what?
If I'm not winning in fantasy points, I'll take 9s and 8s in snack chat.
You know what's
Let's
funny?
go.
I was thinking about snack chat today because I was like, oh, I'm really excited for snack. You know, I just want that naughty little treat that we always have every week. I'm like, I think it's going to be good this week.
I felt it too.
I knew it was going to be
I
good.
felt it, yeah.
Hito came through.
Yeah.
I'm
About
glad.
time.
Really.
I'm glad. It is about time, to be fair.
All right, throw us another one of those bickies and
They're
let's get
good.
into this.
They really remind me of something I've tasted before, but I can't quite place it.
Yeah,
They're really,
chocolate covered tiny teddies.
Semen?
maybe, yeah. Maybe, I don't know.
He always
Both?
takes it sexually. doesn't
Semen
he?
covered tiny teddies. Who knows?
I know that's probably
I
inappropriate.
think we need to talk about football.
Okay, let's talk about it. And speaking of, never mind. I'm going to take away from the sexual innuendos. Chelsea. That's the first game we're going to talk about this week. 3-1 versus Bournemouth.
If I
No
could
one-
turn back time when Chelsea wins a game.
It was
They'll beat Bournemouth, Bournemouth, Bournemouth in the rain.
in the rain. Was it raining?
I don't know, but
That would have been impressive if it was.
it could have been.
More dramatic.
Could have drizzled.
Look,
Never know. It's England.
you could have been mistaken by this scoreline that Chelsea played well.
Yeah.
Is that not the case?
It is
was
not the
most
case.
convincing 3-1 if you'd ever see one.
I mean, look, they had a lot of possession.
They did.
I think, I don't know. They kind of tried to dominate possession, but they did something with it this week. I don't know. It just never felt like we looked that good.
They took a few of their chances this week. That's what's basically happened. You know, like,
About fucking time.
yeah, like Lizzo said, you know, about fucking time.
Well, we know Bournemouth, I'm pretty sure they're not good at set pieces, defending set pieces.
Yeah.
And one of your goals was, and the other one was a cross. So, like, that same kind of scenario, they're not good with dealing with incoming deliveries into the box.
Yeah, that's true. And look, Gallagher started off his scoring with a header from the Kante cross.
Yeah, I know. It's surprised seeing him winning headers.
I know. Again, though, he's playing quite a forward role, though.
And he scored a couple of weeks ago as well.
He
didn't
did.
he?
So,
Yep.
and he seems to be a favourite under Frank. Like, there's been a lot of starts, right? I don't know if you guys have that in front of you, but I'm pretty sure he started most games under Frank.
Yep. He's had some solid. He started probably 3 of the last 5.
Yeah, he's on a little run.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know. It feels very early to be saying he's any sort of pickup, especially knowing that Chelsea, I don't know, it's not that he didn't earn this 3-1, but it didn't feel like a really good game.
They're
Maybe.
playing Forest.
Yeah, I was
this
about to
week.
say that.
I think let's see how they play against Forest. If there's any kind of random cheeky Chelsea assets, like Badia Shill, he didn't get heaps of minutes. I'm not sure
It's
how.
his first start in age.
Yeah, so he could be available in some leagues if you want to kind of punt on it.
I'd be surprised if he wasn't
I don't
free.
think I'd go defense. I think
no.
I think if you for this Forest game, like they're letting in goals, I would probably go Gallagher, like, or actually it might be worth a punt on a Chelsea asset. Sterling actually looked half good when he came on, assisted that Felix goal, which was actually very
good run.
nice.
Yeah.
Like it was like that just first time finish, and it was a nice run from Sterling too. But the goal from Felix was just so confident. I was like, oh my God, why didn't you do that?
What about
for the
his
last
little
fucking 10 weeks?
layoff leading up to it? Didn't he flick it
Yeah,
onto
it
Sterling
was a
for
bit of-
Sterling's
yeah.
run?
Dude, that
nice.
goal was
Yeah,
a little
really nice.
pirouette.
Pass?
Exactly.
That was nice.
It's not the only pirouette pass we've seen this week.
No.
De Bruyne. Did you see that one De Bruyne did? It was like
No,
I think
don't
it was
remember that
for I think it was for Gundogan's first or second goal. Anyway, he like had a ball kind of fired in, and he kind of on the spin like flicks his leg up and kind of volleys it a little bit across, like just nicks it across the face of goal to whoever as Gundogan who was there
That
and scored
man's
it.
so beautiful, isn't he?
He is, man. He
plays.
is.
Cheers
I fucking-
with our gingers for the
Yeah,
ginger.
De Bruyne. Yeah, a little shout out to De
Ginger,
Bruyne.
ginger.
I just wish he still played for fucking.
Yeah,
His
oh,
name
man.
is cursed. So is Salah's.
yeah.
So many names. We could curse
So
all
many.
pod.
How many? How
we
many?
could curse all pod.
All pod long.
It'll be Mason Mount soon.
I know. But then in terms of, that's pretty much all the assets and goals we've spoken through. So Felix tapping in from Sterling's nice goal, Badiashile and Gallagher.
Yeah, Batty shot at the back post.
But not too much excitement on assets, really, just because of...
Like if you're in a really deep league, you could have a cheeky punt on Madueke.
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 Yeah, he
Because-
was terrorizing down that right side.
And it's the second start in a row, and he scored against Arsenal the week before.
Yeah.
If you know, if you want to take a punt,
What did he get this? Did he get an assist this week?
no,
Oh, he didn't get 20 points.
no.
He had very strong threat numbers, though.
He did look
So, I'm not
really
surprised.
good. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, that actually isn't a bad shout.
It's a little shout.
You could just play this fixture. They're playing Nottingham
If you're
Forest.
going to do it, you have to do it now because the
Yeah.
double is both Manchester teams.
Yeah.
United are not great at the moment, but I think,
But yeah,
Okay.
I think Chelsea could get pumped against City. Like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like
I'm captaining Holland. I can't captain Holland. I want to captain.
all right.
Okay. Look, and one quick shout out because we're not really talking about Bournemouth for this, but that goal from Vinya,
Oh, yeah.
that was beautiful.
I think the man
Really
only
good.
scores nice goals.
Yeah, but basically, I know.
Goals to make you think he doesn't play defense.
I know, but he's been playing. I mean, the commentator was saying that he's been quite impactful since he started playing, and now he's kind of just getting into form. So, might be one worth looking at.
Scored back in game week 31, so 2 goals in 5 weeks.
Okay, so let's move on to our next one. Plenty of goals here. 21 goals were scored
Just a couple of goals.
over last night. We'll start with Fulham versus Leicester.
Wow.
5-3 to Fulham.
Incredible.
This
not-
was a game.
5 goals. I do not imagine. They've had a little bit of a resurgence with a couple of goals, but they haven't scored more than 2 goals in about 5 weeks.
Wow.
What the hell happened?
And now out of nowhere, 5. Leicester are terrible, but wow.
That bad, but they were great goals. I mean, look, first of all, Willian scored off that free kick to begin.
Terrible.
Bit terrible from the keeper there, and actually just everybody except Willian. At least he put it in on target. But then he follows that up with a fucking stunner. Wasn't it
Yeah.
Willian that
Yeah,
scores
he
it
just
from
crossed- cut across the face
outside
of
the box.
and just
I think it was for
drilled
their 5th goal. Anyway, I've skipped ahead a bit there, but fuck, Willian looked really good
Very good.
in this game.
That was a surprising thing. We had players this week come out of nowhere with huge points across a couple of fixtures.
Yeah.
No hint of form, just out of nowhere, bang, 2 goals. Same with Canny.
well,
bang, 2
What
goals.
is the reason? I have my thoughts.
Relegation scraps, baby.
Relegation scraps.
So the energy from
Oh,
Leicester trying to put the pressure on.
for sure.
Leicester and the Everton game, the Southampton game.
Yeah.
It's just relegation. It gets them fired up.
Yeah.
They don't want to play championship.
I'm just surprised it came from Fulham, who have nothing to play for.
That's true. Well, maybe they just fed off
Yeah,
the
you're
energy.
not wrong. You're not wrong.
Maybe it's just like the Leicester boys like in the tunnel that you could just tell.
I think that they're used to being part of the relegation scrap. They just probably figure they are. Like me just then, I was like, oh, Fulham, they're
They're
probably
like,
in the
okay.
relegation scrap.
Game week 35. Oh, nervy times of the year.
Yeah.
Intro's out.
no one wants to go down.
But didn't one of you
Championship
guys...
is brutal.
Oh, mate, it is.
So brutal.
It is
Wait, you said
brutal.
that.
It is. Didn't one of you guys say a couple of weeks ago that Fulham have just looked so much better without Metro because they've played more as a team?
Yeah.
I didn't say that, but
I feel like
I'll
one of you did,
claim
so I'm
that I
getting
did.
you.
I'm going to claim it because it
I
sounds
said
quite
it,
smart.
but I
True,
got those
actually.
vibes in this game. Like, I know they've had some good wins, but really with the amount of goals, I felt like I saw the complete package of, Vinicius laying it off to different
he looked pretty
players,
good in this game.
scoring himself. Like, I thought they looked really complete.
Yeah. And I want to shout out Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
Like it feels like maybe this has also coincided with Wilson coming into a bit of form. Someone that for last season, he was amazing for
Yes.
them. He's been out a long time with injury. It takes time to kind of get back to up to speed, it just could be because he's such a playmaker.
He is. Well,
For
that
them
that
and the
layoff
goal
he
scorer.
did for Vinicius's goal was good. You could see Vinicius calling for it,
Oh, yeah.
and he delayed till he was in the perfect spot to feed it through, and Vinicius just had to set himself and score.
Let's talk Carney?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Carney? Wow. Cuts the ball back onto his right beautifully.
Yeah.
Scores such a nice goal.
That was very
who are we
nice.
watching here? I'm like, is
he ginger
did look
too?
like Fulham. Yeah, he must be.
And I really don't mind their run in. They've got Southampton, Palace, then United in the last game week. So like they're all really good fixtures for Fulham.
It is, especially with Palace, who seem to have lost a little bit of that magic.
Oh yeah. Palace are booking their Magaluf disco parties.
Step
right
up for
now.
a couple of games, get a few
Yeah.
more points, safety.
Maybe for like the more like rich ones, they'll go to Ibiza. But Palace, they're in Magaluf. Yeah.
Is Roy there too?
Oh yeah. Front and center.
Of course. With his shirt off.
Pool party.
Bit
Roy,
of a
they
pina
call it.
colada in the hand.
He's probably organising it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Get the bus.
Okay. We should quickly just shout out Leno. Takes out Vardy, then saves the pen. I'm like, well, okay.
That was so boss. And
It
then-
was so boss.
Yeah.
Like a Vardy pen too. He scores pens.
Well, let's make that transition to Leicester and talk about them.
How does he miss that pen?
I don't know.
I shouted him out last week. That's
did.
why.
You killed him.
I killed him.
Yeah.
Assassinated.
But Barnes, he had a very good game.
Yeah, that was. I know. He looked good.
We already know that because he's been on Heroes bench. It's the second time we're bringing it up. But are you going to play him this
Thanks.
week, by the way?
Against Liverpool. I'm very torn because he's just gotten form and so is Liverpool's defence. So I don't know what to believe right now.
I cannot wait to see what
But does it
happens.
matter?
I think it will when the
I'll
points on
trade
your
for him
bench.
just so I can play him against Liverpool.
Just so you can play him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be approaching Hito because you can tell he's just given up. We'll get some of his players. It'll make our little scrap.
I'll give
on
you
the table
Salah.
good. Oh, do it.
But you know
Take
what I'll
it.
give you?
Oh, that does.
I'll give you Rodrigo. He scored last week.
No, Leeds are trash,
We're
dude.
not trading right now.
I'd
Okay?
rather
They
have
got a double
Barnes.
game week this week. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Sorry.
I want to talk about the goals he did score.
Mm.
Opening up his body and scoring just under the crossbar. I mean, what else does he do?
I think it smacked every part of the goal possible
yeah.
before finally settling down.
Yeah.
What was the second goal? I don't have it in my notes here.
It was the pen, wasn't it? Didn't he
I only
take his
had
own
that
pen?
I think he took the pen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Matto got taken down. Barnes took the pen.
Yeah. Barnes
Yeah,
took
yeah.
the pen, didn't he? Yeah.
And then Dakar, the final one there, managed to get the ball back into the path. Oh, no. Matto scored the pen.
Matto's the pen. Barnes was that mistake from Leno where he misjudged the back pass header, scrambled, pushed it, and then there was
Oh, yeah.
the attacker. I think it's the new guy.
Walked it in.
Who's their new Tete? I think was like it scooped it from the ground, put it back towards the pen spot, and then Barnes like tapped it in. Basically, it was just like
Remember
chaos.
it
Like
exactly.
just
Yeah.
headed back to Leno. He just fumbled it, pushed it away. Then the Leicester attacker scooped in, pushed it back towards the pen spot, and Barnes
Right.
was there to
Okay.
tap it in. So not the sexiest goals,
Not
really.
sexy, no. Well, man, hitting the crossbar and going in is pretty sexy to me.
But when you're like 2 meters out,
Okay. I'm moving this on.
not a classic Barnes when he's out.
Boys, I want your
Left
pick
edge
of the
of the
bunch fantasy wise here. What do you like from either team? Give me 2 names from each.
Look, I really like Willian. He did have a little bit of form, as you mentioned to me, before he was injured as well. And yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe Barnes as an outsider, but nothing that major because they were kind of random. But yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say anyone from Leicester because I think Barnes and Maddo are the best ones and they're probably still owned.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be going out of my way to trade for them. But I think the options are with Fulham because there's more likely them to be free. So yeah, you got
Vinicius.
Vinicius, Willian, Kearney. Probably Kearney and Willian are most likely because they haven't
Wilson?
gotten. I feel like Wilson might have been picked up earlier just because
Oh,
he's
you
had a
think he's
few
been-
other returns.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
All
But
right.
I feel like Kearney and Willian are less likely to be owned.
All right. Let's move on. This was a shock to me.
Massive shock for me. Yeah.
What the fuck? Everton beating Brighton 5-1. How does that
Interesting.
happen?
I was really disappointed. I want Everton to go down.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're a Liverpool fan, of course you do.
I actually
It'd
kind
be
of want
funny.
them to go down as well, just
be
for
so
the
funny.
lulls. Just for the lulls. Yeah,
How long do you think they'll go down there? Do you think they'll do the Sunderland slip?
they really, really could.
That Sunderland Till I Die, I think,
That's
was
what I'm-
brutal.
Oh, that was one of the most depressing docos I've ever watched, and I've watched like The Cove.
I thought you were going to say like a doco on World War II or something.
No. Have you seen The Cove?
No.
Have you seen The Cove?
That's where I got
What is the
married.
Cove?
The no, you,
You're about my wedding
yeah, that was
video, you
depressing.
fuck.
the one with the when they're gonna kill the dolphins, like.
Oh,
And-
yeah, that is horrible.
Dude, oh
no, I
my
don't.
God.
No, we're not talking about that
Yeah.
right now.
But that's what I'm talking about. That's the Sunderland
So,
Till I Die was
I
as
think
bad as that.
Everton would be okay if they went down because their players are so shit that no one would buy them. So they'd probably be able to come back up.
Oh,
Whereas if Leicester go down, they're losing all of their good players.
that's true.
They're losing Tielemans, Barnes, Maddo,
Fire sale.
and then they're fucked.
Kalechi.
Yeah, Kalechi.
The
Kalechi's going to
Vardy's
City.
back down in the
Stania.
championship, and he thrives there.
Vardy ain't playing.
Well, the way he's playing now, he probably
There
needs to
is
go down
not
to League
enough
Two.
Red Bull in the world for Vardy to get
Nah,
through
he
that
needs to go to
season.
Wrexham or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be sick.
That's more his level right
so
now.
sick. Yeah, that would be amazing. Can you imagine the Red Bull sponsorship? How quick it would come in? Oh my! Ryan Reynolds
Oh,
knows what to do with that.
They would go and hunt that down.
Oh, for sure. Okay, we should probably start talking about Everton. We're like putting this off, but they actually played really well.
Well, speaking of spinning passes and silky moves, DCL
Yeah,
Throwback.
that little turn,
yeah, scintillating.
that was beautiful.
Very, yeah. Old school DCL. I didn't
He
think
got
that
it
had
through, and he put in a great cross to Doucouré at the back post.
Doucouré.
Top five.
He is
Top five.
honestly
box to box. It's coming back.
top 5 box-to-box midfielder in the Premier League. All right, not the world, just the Premier League.
And soon to be the championship.
Maybe.
Do you know what the problem was with Everton? I didn't actually realize he didn't play for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And we look back to game week 26. He went goal, next week assist, next week goal, played for 57 minutes. I think he got a red card.
Okay, yeah.
And then he's played 3 games back, first 2 nothing, and this game bang double. So really, in the actual last like 5 games he's played or 6 games he's played, he's
It's
got
4.
4 goals.
Well, he's getting forward. Like, if you look at that, he's the guy up there with fucking DCL.
The volley goal.
Yeah, I know.
First time. That is not a player whose team is about to go down. Like there's no confidence normally in that type of
I
strike.
know.
Definitely not.
Yeah, that was fucked. He looked amazing this game.
That was
And then-
Dwight McNeil, I think, crossed that in.
Yeah, and that's a good segue. How good did McNeil look this game week? And we were kind of talking last game week about him. We're like, last pod, sorry. Like, he's got some form, but he's Dwight McNeil. This week, wow. It's like, who is this guy? He's like
Mate.
had old mate Sean Dyche come in, and he's just had this
Set him free.
revitalization. Jesus,
Didn't they work together?
Yeah, Burnley.
He came from Burnley to
Everton. And
There
then
you go.
now Dyche's there. So look, I just think that if he carries any of that confidence to the next game, he's got a little bit of form.
They might only lose 3-0 to City.
Yeah. Yeah,
As
true.
opposed to-
Yeah,
of
it's a
course.
tough fixture coming up for them, but I will say Pickford was really, really good.
Oh, that little
And-
fingertip save. It was
Yeah.
like so micro fingertip.
He was on fire.
Like
man.
this will be a very, very fun game to watch because they both need to win the game. Like it's like a must win for both teams.
Yeah.
And Pickford, he
City
gets
have the
fired
safety
up.
though, don't they? City have a bit of safety.
Yeah, but Pep will really
Doesn't
wanna
want
win.
it, yeah.
Like because if Arsenal just win out, then there's a chance.
I'm not done
You
with
don't wanna give
McNeil,
him a
man.
chance.
We didn't even talk about these goals.
Yeah, go
Come
back,
back
to
to
him. Yeah, I mean,
How about him dancing around the defender and the keeper?
Yeah. That
and
was
just
fucked.
walks it into the back of the net. I'm like, the fuck just happened? And then I'm watching. I'm like, oh, I wonder what his next goal's like. Just slams it near post top bins. I was like, who the fuck is this? Ronaldo?
He was
McNeilo.
insane. McNeilo.
Did he do the Ronnie?
No, he didn't. Well, not that I
Should've.
saw, but he should have.
Should've.
Oh god, it was amazing.
What a haul of fantasy points, though. 21.
How many? Wow.
Yeah. Fuck, if you
2 goals,
You
2
had
assists,
him.
3
Oh.
bones.
we should have got him last week. Never doubt the name.
McNeilo.
Well, we just like, sometimes you just see a name and you're like, oh, he's got a couple goals, but it's McNeil.
Do you know what happened there? It was the player and team shadowing the form.
Oh yeah.
We let that blind us.
Yeah, the Everton factor.
Yeah.
Because we just stay away.
Just got to look at the data, man.
Yeah.
Look at the
Look
numbers.
at the data.
Data don't lie.
Data don't lie.
Yeah, that data don't lie.
Data don't lie.
.com.
Okay. All right, guys, we got to move on. I want to talk about Nottingham Forest versus Southampton. 7 more goals in this game. 4-3 to Forest. Holy shit. Some great goals too.
Let's kick in.
Talk about it.
Awoni.
Yeah.
Dude, he is so good.
What the hell was that?
I don't
Mate,
know.
he's just scored 2/3 of his goals for the season in this game.
Yeah.
He's only scored 6.
Yeah, true.
And just out of nowhere, pulls out this.
He was injured a bit and then he just seemed to be out of
He was
favour,
injured for a
maybe.
long time.
Yeah.
But he
right.
started this season so well, and then he was out for a while. And look, he's coming back into it. So look, if they stay up, just think.
I hope they stay up.
Yeah, me too. Like next year, maybe a little third striker option, second year in the Prem.
Maybe they could trim some of the fat from their squad too. Like,
Yeah.
they signed 1,000 people.
They
I
did.
know, and it
remember
was
that?
so hard to pick a striker because they had like Brennan Johnson, Awoni, Dennis.
Yes,
There was
hasn't
another
played at
random
all.
one- Yeah, random one that they got as well. It was just
It was
unreal.
crazy for a
no,
minute.
no, that's
No. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris Wood on loan.
Wood, that's
Yeah.
right. Like, are you
But he's
kidding me?
injured now. And like Lingard.
Not that it matters.
Lingard.
He's got Lingard at there. When's the last time Lingard played?
Oh man, he's not played a lot since he's been there.
I think I drafted Lingard
He hasn't played.
like last.
Yeah,
I like
almost
Jesus.
last
I
year.
like that. Yeah.
It was a punt.
He played 2 minutes like 4 weeks ago, and then hadn't played for
What's going
5
on with
weeks
Lingard?
before that.
Go back to West Ham.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about these goals. So Wonyi with that fucking goal, spinning volley goal, whatever the hell that was juicy.
holding up the defenders.
Yeah,
So strong.
I know. And then obviously, yeah, his other goal was that ball in from Johnson, which was nice. Great finish from that too. And then Johnson getting the ball first and gets taken down. That was pretty. Like he just like lunged to get his foot between.
It did.
I don't know. Was it?
It was Vardy-esque that.
It was
Just
just
striving for that
quicker.
touch.
Yeah, just wanted it so much more, and got his foot down, and then gets taken down in the box, and then Gibbs White converts the pen.
Yeah,
And,
Gibbs White.
straight up the guts.
Didn't Johnson take the pen? I thought Johnson took it.
No, I think it was Gibbs White.
Oh, okay.
Am I wrong?
I think so.
You think I'm wrong?
I'm.
Did Johnson get a goal? I didn't think he got a goal.
Maybe not. I might be looking at it wrong.
Anyway,
I just saw 8 points. Oh, no, sorry. You got 2 assists. You're right. I just saw the 8 points and thought it was the goal.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My bad.
all right.
My bad.
Back off.
Gibbs White
Back
was.
off. I know my shit.
If I hope the fans listened to the pod last week because we shouted him out, and they've got a good fixture against Chelsea.
Well, he got an assist as well as the goal.
Remember
That little like flicked off assist, and then Danilo scores again.
It was so classy.
He's got some form, Danilo,
Yeah. Well, they both do.
which
yeah.
might be good for these fixes I interrupted you telling us about.
Look, the fixtures are interesting. I just had it up, but it goes Chelsea, Arsenal, Palace. I quite like the Palace fixture because last game of the season's, as I said, like Palace are checked out. But yeah, these next two are going to be very interesting for.
They probably have the worst fixtures of the relegation
Yeah,
teams.
but that Arsenal.
But
game
Chelsea
will
could be. I guess Chelsea's potentially not as bad as it could be.
No, it's not. And you never know with Arsenal. And Nottingham will be really up for the game.
No doubt. Yeah, I think we've seen them score a few goals lately.
A lot of goals.
Could
They're
be
just
a
not
battle.
good at defending.
And we've seen Arsenal concede a few goals lately.
but also score a lot of goals too.
Yeah.
It could be another
it could be
4-3.
epic. Yeah, get on their attacking assets. I'm picking up all of them, so good luck, boys. But yeah,
Team
that was my
Forest,
shout
let's
for the
do
week. Okay, let's talk about Southampton because they did get 3 goals.
They did.
Look, Alcaraz, slots that ball nicely.
There was a
in there.
counter-attack, right? Where JWP got the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I think we did shout him out either last week or the week before that. He looked quite confident. I think
He scored 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. So he's got it in him. It's just he plays for Southampton, which is probably the biggest problem.
It's not looking good for them at the moment.
But 3 goals is still good.
3 goals is good, but look, their run-in could be actually worse. They go Fulham, which are playing great, Brighton and Liverpool. Like,
Brighton can concede 6 goals, no issues.
yeah, that's true, but it's Southampton.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So
I do want to
I don't think
talk.
they're moving out of 20.
Should we talk about our boy
JWP.
JWP? 96th minute.
yeah.
Fucking
Loves a 90th minute.
Yeah, that was crazy. 96th.
96. Does he gets picked up by another Prem team? Surely, when they go down.
I was going to ask you guys a question.
That is a good question.
On first thought, what would be the best team for JWP to go to next year?
Like, what's the highest he could go, or
Not
best?
not the best, but the best fit. What
Best
you
fit.
think that the best fit would be?
How old is he? He's 28. 28. He's still got some good years in him.
I'm
To
going
be
to chuck mine out there just to
He could try and stay at Southampton. He's not old enough that he can't get relegated and promoted again. And he's been a pretty loyal Southampton boy.
look. Okay, but just in hindsight, if he is going to go,
I know where.
where?
Wolves.
You like Wolves?
When Neves, they sell cashing on Neves.
Right. That's
Interesting.
a pretty good option.
Defensive mid, takes the pens.
Yeah.
I only can see one problem.
What?
He's not Portuguese.
Oh, that's true. Shit.
And I think he's due a bit better than
Really? Than Wolves?
Yeah.
I don't know what he offers. I don't know him well enough as a player to know what he offers besides
I was going to
just
say Spurs.
Bit of a play.
Depends.
Oh,
Think about Spurs for a minute. They don't really have a great free kicker. Like, they've got a good pen taker, but free kicker, I don't think that they've, like, Son takes a lot of free kicks, but those
Kane scored a
in-swingers-
couple in his time.
Yeah, but they're nothing as JW.
He won't get the pens though, there.
No, but that's
Won't
fine.
take
But
Harry
like
Kane off
for,
them.
for the team that he'd go
But if
to.
you got a man who can score that many pens, like his pen accuracy is ridiculous.
he's a good
Just
backup
a bit
for
of
when
waste.
Kane's not playing.
Yeah,
Kane's
it's
made
true.
of glass.
I just don't think he'd. I don't know if he's good enough to play.
no, I don't
Oh,
think
you don't
so.
think so?
Nah.
Like, I think Hoiberg's a lot better.
Wow.
Yeah, Hoiberg actually is one player I've seen and liked from
But-
that team, even though they've not been great.
It's
Maybe
just-
you guys are overrating Spurs.
to be honest, the issue is that I
Man
don't
United.
know.
Let's say Man. No, I'm joking. Well, Ericsson's getting old. He can just be the new Ericsson.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Go
that
to
too.
Spurs. No, original Ericsson.
Oh, original Ericsson.
Original.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if he's dynamic enough, but if Brighton also cash in on Casado, who's talked up a lot,
Bright could be good.
might be an interesting
Yeah.
squad
He
player
is
for
so
them.
good, that guy.
He's very good.
Casiedo.
There's a lot of talk of scooping him. I think he could fit in a lot of teams.
Maybe Palace as
Palace could fit in really nicely.
I like Palace.
well. Palace could be really good.
Like,
And London.
maybe
You know,
Villa.
good golf courses around.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And he's still close to Southampton. Like, he'll probably be a member down there.
Yeah, just pops in.
Yeah, just pop
What's up,
in.
boys?
Yeah.
What's up?
Have a little hit.
How's relegation?
Yeah.
Okay, boys, we need to move on.
We should put a bet on where he's going to go.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
You know why we're going to move on? Because we've got a new segment.
Oh.
We're going to trial until the end of the season.
What? Talk us through it.
It's called Gimme Your Worst and Best.
Okay.
So the idea is...
your worst and best.
Gimme your worst and your best.
Do we have to have VBs in our hand? And like,
Not a requirement, but encouraged.
okay.
Okay.
For tonight, we're going to have our sangria gingers. But look, the idea is your worst and best moment from the week of
Okay.
football.
Oh,
You can give
Yeah.
me stuff outside the box here.
Oh, yeah.
I've got some things written down here. I did let you guys know in preparation.
Yeah.
So
it all makes sense now.
what have you got?
I'll start. My worst was just Southampton in
Oh,
general, because for a team like Southampton, like I think that they should have done more to not be in this position. So I'm just going to call it that. And my best is the baddest midfielder in all the Premier League, Said Benrahma. What a clutch performance again by the kid. And
Your boy.
if he ain't picked up, pick him up, because he is going to the moon.
Quote it.
That leads quite well into my worst.
Go for it.
De Gea. Wasn't that the fuck? It was him that scored the goal.
Yeah.
What the fuck was De Gea doing in that game? And ever after that moment, he was rattled the whole
And
game.
to think that man's on like 400, 500K a week.
Oh my
One of the
God.
highest paid players.
That was ridiculous.
Crazy.
He has those in him.
Yeah.
Hey, absolute lost his mind. Living in Dr. Seuss world as one of the characters in fucking The Grinch.
Yeah. Well, Rio and Joe Cole were ripping into him, saying they don't think he's good enough to.
He's held
Just
that
stick
spot
around.
for a long time. It'll be interesting.
There's talk of new contracts, but
Wow.
fuck.
Okay, that's. Oh yeah, sorry. My best. That Awoniyi spinning volley.
Yeah,
That was
like-
amazing.
that was sexy.
I don't know. It was hard not to pick
Yeah.
others as well, but
That was fun.
that was very nice.
That was very nice.
Peter, what have you got for us?
So I had a lot of dilemma when deciding on my worst for the week because there were some terrible goalkeeping performances this week.
were.
Shout out to Leicester's goalkeeper. He was terrible.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. He was.
You got to pick
dreadful.
one.
He was dreadful.
I think it's
Are you just
these
saying
are runners up.
goalkeeping
These are runners up.
performances?
These are runners up.
Oh, okay.
that was Iverson, wasn't it?
Yeah, Iverson, I think it was.
Yeah.
He was dreadful. I also thought Southampton's goalkeeper was dreadful. And so was Steele, who got -2 points for Brighton. But I'm actually going to pick Gundogan.
Gundy.
Yeah.
As the worst?
I'm actually going double Gundy. Because he's my best because he stepped up to the plate and scored 2 goals out of nowhere to help City push towards the title. And he also fucked up getting a hat-trick by missing a pen.
so good. And I don't know why that wasn't my worst because Haaland should have been taking the pen.
Yeah, that's true. You should be furious.
Fuck, I was pissed at that.
But yeah, he
Oh,
gets
that's good.
handed the pen specifically
to let him
to
finish
get the
his
Hattie,
hat-trick.
and he fucks it against Leeds.
Pep as well was
Yeah.
so mad.
Well, apparently he's out of contract soon, I think.
Yeah,
Gundy?
he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gundy
I would
is.
love Liverpool to swoop that up.
That'd be nice.
Old German connection.
As if they don't. As if they don't.
Combine that with us picking
We
up
just let that one
Mount
slide.
from your team
Fuck off.
and also picking up McAllister from Brighton. Oh,
That would be a window of the ages.
Mate, Mount, McAllister, and Gundy. That'd be a solid.
Just throw Reece James in as well while you're at it. Just
Okay.
take our whole team, you fucking dogs. All right. I don't want to talk about that anymore. That makes me very sad. Okay, let's do stop, drop, and hold.
Dive in.
Okay.
Should I start with my boy?
Yeah, well, I put him in there, but you go.
Okay. Well, I'm claiming ownership because he's mine.
Go fuck yourself.
My boy Odie.
He's been so good.
Such a cutie.
5 and 5. We said it before.
He's killing it.
Yeah, look, he is good. Yeah. Oh, should we move straight into the next one?
Just go straight on.
McNeil.
Yeah.
He's
got
got to
some
be a
form,
stop.
guys.
He does have form.
And look,
We've hit form.
We've hit form.
We've hit form.
Yeah, it's like when the Titanic hit the iceberg.
you know, the
hit
fixtures
an iceberg.
are questionable, as we said before, but, you know,
We've got to recognize.
But we said
Points.
that was why we didn't pick him last week.
and a relegation scrap is a relegation scrap, and it just motivates teams and players. So I like it.
Yeah. Oh, man, the form
Mate,
is there.
He's got like a third of his points in the last 4 weeks.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
Nuts. He's on a tear, and you can see, and from that last game, he's confident. Okay, what's our next one?
Danilo. Look, he's gone 10-10-9 in the last 3 weeks, I think.
It's got to be.
That,
He's stopped now.
yeah, Hito mentioned it, I think, last week or the week before. It's brewing for Danilo.
It is. Killing it. Absolutely killing it.
And then I put in Willian here. Now, I'm happy to have people tell me that this is not a stop, maybe more of a pickup. But if you look at Willian's last couple of starts, every time he started, there were points, except
Yeah.
maybe one fixture. He did have an injury for like 2 weeks there where he didn't get anything, but he has looked really good for Fulham this whole year. I don't mind him. And he did score some very confident-looking goals. He scored one very confident-looking goal in that game.
Ruling approved.
Approved! We got it!
And also, I think you mentioned just before he got injured, because is Andreas injured? And that's
Yeah,
why he's
Pereira.
been a little bit more like creative and, that outlet for Fulham. So
Interesting.
it's actually a really, really good pickup if you can get him.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Any more stops?
Gibbs White. I mean,
He was a
come on.
pickup last
Fact
week.
we've
He's
got
a stop
two
this
Forest
week.
players in here is just shocking.
But because with what we've seen,
Man.
Forest are up for this.
Dude, 3 goals, 3 assists in the last 4 games. That's fucked.
Take me now.
Crazy.
Take me now.
Take me anywhere you want.
What is in this sangria stuff?
And-
Because Miles gets really
Oh,
loose on it.
hallucinogenics.
I mean, maybe take me just back to yours because they're a beautiful
I thought it might be
couple.
aphrodisiacs.
They're a beautiful couple, those two.
Yeah, they really are.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Gibbs White and his missus.
Who's his missus?
Have a look. Just,
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
off pod.
Off
I
pod.
don't want to see you.
Yeah,
Wait, does it see
Young
through
Felix
tape?
is the one that I keep hearing about
Oh,
his
yeah.
missus.
Yeah, she's
at the
pretty.
moment. Anyway,
She's pretty.
um,
Let's
Okay.
move on to drops.
drops.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a controversial
Yeah, talk
one
to me.
here. I don't know if it's controversial, but teams that have secured promotion.
I love this because
What do
this
you
is what
mean
I
by
was going to talk
promotion?
about as well.
Or not promotion. They've secured themselves from not getting
Oh,
relegated. They're staying
Got
promoted.
you. Got you.
Sorry, terrible way of putting it.
I love it because, mid-table teams like that are safe, they're just liabilities in FPL.
It's
right
so
now.
hard to
You
pick.
don't want them.
This is that dangerous part of the season where good players become burdens
Exactly.
in your team.
Yeah, I think so.
Like I've been having a look at it. You look at like teams like Palace, Wolves. We told you to drop, last week anyway. But Chelsea, Brentford,
I know. Chelsea is a prime candidate.
Do you know who
really.
else? Villa.
Villa's an interesting.
They've had
one.
a drop in form.
They have.
The clean sheets and the goals have dried up.
yeah. And
I
their
think you could
fixtures have been good.
I think you could
Remember?
probably pack that into I think you could probably just say drop the more exterior guys from Villa, not the core guys.
Yeah, not like
Not
Watkins.
your Watkins.
But that
and-
leads me to my next drop, which was Ramsey. I've had Ramsey. I picked him up. I assassinated the shit out of his points, and he's no good anymore.
But have you still got him?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So
Gonna-
don't pick him up.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop him this week.
Oh, so then he
Could come good.
he could come good.
But
knowing your luck.
he's just one of those guys that have looked good because of the form lately, but it's dropped off and they don't really have much to fight for. So maybe, those kind of fringe players from these kinds of teams are worth dropping.
Who else we got in this?
Thomas.
Oh, my turn. Sorry. I'm going to be a little bit harsh here on a couple of players. I'm leaning towards Brighton.
Okay, tell us why.
So the first one I want to call out is March.
Solly,
Solly. Solly.
Are there any other marches?
March of the Penguins.
So Solly's got 75% hamstring, and we haven't now seen a return in 3 weeks from him. And just the fixtures, I know they have a couple of doubles, but I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts. I'm a bit concerned about Arsenal and Newcastle next, which I don't think are good fixtures. But then they have Southampton City, so good and bad, and then Villa to finish.
I'm going to talk.
I'm sure
When
you're about
they-
to say everything I'm going to say.
When
so.
they are good, they're insane.
They are.
Like I saw them, even just like against Chelsea the other week, they looked like crazy good. And they have had a pretty congested fixture schedule. There's been a lot of rotation in that squad. But we have seen in a couple of other weeks where this has happened, they do bounce back. And I think they're capable of beating any of those teams.
Okay, maybe I'll add a second layer then.
Did you agree with what I said then, Miles?
Yeah, and I was just going to say that they're still fighting for something. So I like having players like that at this point of the season.
Yeah.
And they've got a lot of games left. And, not all teams, most teams have 3 games left. They've got 5.
They do have 5.
I think you just got to keep them.
Yeah.
One more scenario.
Okay.
They're defenders. They had 2 clean sheets before this game. They've obviously now just conceded 5. they're going to concede against Arsenal, Newcastle, and City. They might get a clean against Southampton, or probably will.
I'd definitely say that's drop worthy.
I think you have to consider that we're a 7-man league and dropping those kinds of players is a luxury right now. Like,
Maybe.
but I don't know. I just don't think they're drops.
I just wonder if there's players out there who are in form.
Simply
can
for
go
the fact
for.
that they've got 5 games, I still think that they're probably holds because you're probably not stacked in Brighton defence. So you can probably just play one when they've got doubles and then maybe rest the other ones.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
cool.
agree with that. I
Yeah.
agree with that. Okay. Now, should we move on?
Do we have any holds?
There's one.
What?
One I wanted to throw out there was Sancho.
Talk to me because it's got to be a pretty good point.
They have a double next week.
Okay. What's his
picking him
minutes? What is his minutes like?
So his minutes have dropped off a little bit. That's why I was thinking potentially hold just up until the double.
Right.
So his last 3 weeks, he's gone 75 minutes, then 14 and 16. But before that, he scored.
Yeah, I remember.
So he only
that.
scored like 2 starts ago, and he's been a sub for the last 2 games.
What is the double?
He just
The
smells
double
like
is
a player that should be dropped.
Brentford and Chelsea. No, sorry, Bournemouth and Chelsea.
Bournemouth and Chelsea.
So they've got Wolves, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Fulham. So pretty good fixtures.
But the idea being he might get, like, he'll get maybe 1 start. I don't know. I don't
Look, I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
That's why I was thinking hold. It's a bit of a hold at the moment
Yeah,
that I
look,
wasn't quite sure.
I feel like it's
maybe
a
if he
stitch
doesn't
up hold.
start against, maybe he's, if, yeah, I'm trying to fuck everyone over.
Yeah, I think he's trying to.
You have Sancho, don't you,
He's
Mars?
like, no, he's just like, I heard Mitch listens to this podcast now. Like the guy who's winning in our league.
Yeah.
Bash my team.
Um,
Maybe I'll just hold him to see if he starts against Wolves to know if he can get back into the starting lineup after these 2 sub games, and then keep him for the double.
I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna say drop.
You drop.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
I'd say
say
drop.
I don't think many people would even have him. So I'm not even going to say it's a drop. I'm going to say just to watch this space. And if Hito's correct, I'll fucking praise his name.
Let's go.
Wow, what a great
That's a great outcome.
God praise his name. All right, let's get into questions.
For fan questions.
Fan questions.
We need to get like an audio for that.
Yeah, no, we'll talk to people.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's what the off season's for.
you know what's fucking crazy is I had one question this week because all of our fans are just crushing it and they don't need any questions right now.
That is
besides-
literally what they said to you,
a few people have mentioned that.
and some of them didn't need to say that.
Yeah, exactly. But during this pod, my phone's been vibrating. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I've got questions that have just come in on the fly tonight, like as we've been sitting here.
This is not
Live read.
This is
live
yeah,
table read.
This is not set up.
Yeah. So
What have you got?
Aaron,
Aaron.
he goes, hey, if you're doing a pod this week,
We are.
we were recording. It was at the start.
Oh,
of the
really?
pod. I was like, oh my god. He goes, what do you think of this trade? I'm the Trent and Zaha side, so it's Trent and Zaha for Trippier and Odegaard. That's kind of crazy, but
I'm taking it.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Trippier definitely hasn't had the form lately.
He has
It's basically Odegaard for Trent,
for
right?
Trent.
Yeah,
I'd
And then
take-
and
supporting
he's got
starting.
Trent. He's got Trent.
he's got Trent and Zaha.
The only thing is, at what point do Arsenal have no chance of winning the league, and how many games?
It's already happened.
Well, then what? Oh, nah. They still believe to some extent. At what point do they not believe anymore, and that team just cannot even show up? Like, surely that'll happen. They'll
You could
just be so heartbroken. They're just like, oh fuck.
Could you say the same for Liverpool, who probably will miss out on Champions League?
But they're
And
still
they-
fighting for that, aren't they?
But they could then, like in
Yeah,
a game,
they could.
game or two with the game in hands that
That's true.
people have.
yeah.
But
So
then they love the Europa League. They used to be there a lot.
So I guess to answer your
Me
question,
too.
it's game week 37 because City are 4 now. 4 points?
Did you say it's game week 37?
No, that's
Oh.
when your answer would be
Yeah.
because
Oh,
if
okay.
City are still more than one
City
win away,
are 1 point ahead
but with a game in
with
hand.
the game in hand.
Yeah, so let's
it'd be
call it 4 points. So it could be at the end of game week 37
Okay.
after both those teams have played.
with 1 game to go.
I
and they
think
got
you do the trade. I think you do the trade.
So Liverpool have
What if actually? Let's hear
joint fixtures.
Yeah, Trippier.
So Liverpool have Leicester, Villa, and Southampton. 3 very good fixtures.
So good. And Trent's been very creative.
creative.
He's had a really consistent run of points for sure. And then Arsenal have Brighton, Forest, and Wolves. So kind of equally as good fixtures.
Forest and
Forest and Wolves they'll score against.
And then what's the other side? It's Zaha for Trips. Well, Trips is out of form. Like massive.
Newcastle defense is
Getting
terrible.
all
right now.
the minutes, but the defense is terrible. He doesn't seem to be getting the points. He hasn't really got a haul since game week 29.
And
their
Zaha,
fixtures-
you go.
Their fixtures, they've got 4 more games. They do have a double game week this weekend, but I guess so do. Who else? Oh,
Neither.
no, Liverpool doesn't.
No, that's the
Oh, so
benefit.
there's an edge.
She's getting a double
yeah.
with Odie, even though it's no form. One of the
thing
better
is-
doubles, right? They've got
Leeds,
and-
Brighton. You'd hope for a clean sheet against Leeds. Leicester is coming up for them as well, and Chelsea. It's not the worst run home for Newcastle.
it's not terrible. Palace have a very good run. They go Bournemouth, Fulham, Forest, but
and Zaha scored last week.
Yeah.
After coming back after 4 weeks off.
yeah.
But he's really just not been that good this season. And even the goal he scored wasn't anything insane.
That's true. And Palace are kind of checked out as well.
Yeah, they've won.
Dude,
those
I'd want
teams we
Odie.
mentioned.
I'd want Odie and
I think Odie and Trips.
Odie
right?
and Trips.
That's a combo.
I really like it. I think that you
Do
could
it.
get a little bit rinsed with Trent because those 3 fixtures coming home, not too bad.
But Odegaard is 5-5.
Odegaard and Trips. I'm with you. I'm not trying to debate it, but
We were, but we
I
were
love
just.
it. I
we were
love
just-
it.
No, the debate's
Yeah.
good. It's just to make sure that we're in the right place. I think we all agree, though, right?
yeah.
Okay. Any more questions?
don't just tell him to listen to the pod to get his answer.
Okay. That was it. But Southie, she just did a bit of a follow up, so she won her fixture, so she's up to 6th now.
That's what we were asking, right? Where she was,
Yeah.
how she was doing. 6th of how many though?
10.
Sorry,
Sorry, well,
jeez.
it's just I drafted. You know all the stats. They do a 30-second time limit. Remember?
Is this the same team that she has here with these points?
Yep. So this
No,
the
Richarlison's in there.
fresh team, and she sent me her forwards, mids, and defenders. And look, she reckons that a podium finish is possible because between her and 3rd, it's not that many points.
Okay.
So she really wants.
She
to
brought in
try.
Enciso. It looks like.
Yeah, we told her to get NC,
and that went not that great.
Yeah, but she had him for the week that he scored some points.
Okay. Look, and then AU has had some form, but again, he's one of those players that not looking super likely. Like he's at a team mid-table-ish team.
Let's start with the forwards because they're first here. I kind of like a bit of a DCL punt, just because
I like Vinicius as well.
Sorry, I had to scroll up for him. Yeah, I really like Vinicius.
Yeah, that's my pick.
yeah, Vinicius,
Vinicius
and maybe a
and-
DCL, and what we're just dropping Richarlison.
Yeah,
And Ferguson or Richarlison
Ferguson,
and
he's got the
Enciso?
doubles and he's come back now because he had a
he
bit of a
came off the
niggle,
bench,
and but he looked good.
he did, but Welbs has still looked good too. I
But
mean,
they've got doubles,
I know. Okay,
but Richarlison can go.
I want to move on to the mids.
Yeah, talk to me about the mids.
Drop Ramsey, pick up McNeil.
Yes, I really like that.
Like, I think that's pretty straightforward. I think you could pick up Wilson as well, and Gallagher for this week could be a good shout because they are playing against Forest and he's been getting in the goals.
Yeah, so maybe a Gallagher, but maybe even a McNeil first.
I think the thing is, you know, McNeil's playing City and you go, oh, maybe we could just hope that McNeil doesn't get picked up and try and grab him the next week. But I think the odds are he'll get picked up this week after that haul.
Danilo's free as well.
I would be getting rid of AU and Ramsey.
Yeah, okay.
I
Yeah.
prefer those options on the waiver over AU.
There's so many good options.
I would be
really.
stacking so that you get at least one of those for your 2 spots, like McNeil, Wilson,
Yeah.
Gallagher.
Danilo, even
and Danilo.
Ben Rama, maybe.
Dude, Ben Rama's free? Dude,
It's your fucking screen, Chase.
no, but my fucking screen is so zoomed in today. I don't know why. Yeah.
Even Murphy, they have a double this week for Newcastle, don't you reckon?
Oh my God.
Would you maybe think about Murphy for the double?
So much better. Thank
His
you.
fucking Zoom thing was like 110% along. Oh, God. Okay, what were we saying here?
Murphy, they've got a double this week.
I really like Murphy.
Probably play both games.
Murph.
Murphs,
Man, this is...
dude,
I'm excited about this.
I would stack all of them for
Yeah.
those two players. You got to
Stack
get
'em.
easily.
I like
Yeah,
it.
and you're going to get... I think you get two of them based on that.
I think so too.
All right, boys. Does her defense need any work? I'm looking at Fafana. Where's Fafana right now? And he's got to go.
Yeah, got to go.
What's Chili's injury like as well? He's at 50%. He came off like...
Yeah, I reckon with how many injuries Chili's just come out of, they wouldn't really risk him for this game. And then I think that's kind of one of those players that you can just drop. Like it's a name that you would never drop, but
Few games
a
left.
few games left. He's half injured.
Yeah.
He's like basically in the hospital, and you can just drop Chili. Drop the two Chelsea boys, and who's
Ward?
she picking up?
Drop Ward.
And Ward. Yeah.
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 I know who she's picking up.
Who?
I like Ake.
Ake's a really good shout.
Scored just last week, I think it was,
And a
right?
double game week coming up.
I love it.
Scored last week, got a start this week, came off just for 60. He does have a 75% over him. So you'd have to kind of look into that injury a bit more. And there is some risk because of that. But man, like,
Their fixtures are good.
I guess the thing is, if he's already 75%, he probably won't play one of that double game week. But it's City. The fixtures are good. He got a haul the other week. I don't know. It just seems like it seems like a good idea. And the other one is Vinya.
Vinya as well. I'm looking at him as well.
What about the Wolves boys? Decent hauls this
What
week.
do they have to fight for?
And their fixtures aren't fantastic, weren't they?
United, Everton, Arsenal.
Yeah,
Maybe the next two? Probably not.
I definitely go Vinya. Vinya's killing it, man. I didn't even know he was a defender. I thought he was a fucking midfielder, the goal he scored.
Yeah, and I don't know. What about what's Mikalenko's minutes like? Because Everton, they're one of those teams that are really, really going to fight this out.
Let me bring it up for you.
Yeah,
He's playing every game pretty much.
yeah. I quite like the Mikalenko, and you've got three defenders to drop.
punt, eh?
Well, you've got three to drop, so it's not even really a punt. You're basically picking up
Just a starting player.
Mikalenko for Fafana, who's not even playing, and Chili's probably not going to play. So,
For Aki, and then,
and even
And you just got to
Aguard.
slot one of them in
Hmm,
to play three defenders.
yeah.
Yep, sorted.
Okay,
All right, do it,
Southie.
Southie.
Lock, stock, and two smoking barrels. Southie. I don't know
Bang,
what
bang.
that even means. Top pickups. Get it on.
Let's go.
Why don't you go first? Because you always, you're the host with the most. You always give it to us.
I
What
give
do
it to you, all right.
What are you thinking?
Okay. I bet it. Okay. Look, I'm going to start with Gundy. They got the double game week coming up. I just think you want to have a
Gundogan?
City. Yeah,
Just
Gundogan. Sorry.
Our international listeners.
Gundogan, I think, is a good shout because he's just because of the double game week more than anything.
Yeah.
I think he'll get minutes. He obviously got 2 goals this game. Could have been a Hattie, as we said.
Maybe watch the Champions League result tonight or tomorrow. See,
Yeah,
because if he
true.
plays that, he might be rested against Everton.
Maybe.
I like that.
But something to consider.
The other one is Vinya. I just think, with the way he's playing, current form.
You heard it,
They're
South.
still fighting for something, like we said.
Yeah. And just, what are these fixtures? Palace, United, Everton over the next 3 game weeks.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
And he's scoring goals. So it's not about defensive clean sheets
Exactly.
for him.
Mm.
So, I like him. Vinicius is a good option for forward. Might
Yeah.
not be picked up in some teams.
Say no more.
Look
yeah.
good in this game. A little bit of form running. And I see neither of you guys put this guy in. So I'm going to say his name as well. I've got a fourth. I'm going to say Harry Wilson too. I
Okay.
think, you were talking about that creative role left by Pereira.
Mm.
I actually think that he's kind of probably going to be more taking over that position and maybe will benefit from some points there.
Yeah. Actually, no, that you're probably spot on. Maybe they're sharing it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go in and I'll start with my first one, which is Willian, just for exactly the same reasons as Whitey. And he could be available He really, really could.
I think he could be because he's not
Yeah.
he had that injury and people
He
would
had
have
that-
dropped.
Exactly, yeah. And this kind of haul just kind of came out of nowhere. My next one, you know what? My next two, I'm going to back Everton to turn up. I'm going to say DCL just because he's a bit of an outsider that I think is going to be available in a lot of leagues. He's been very quiet, but, you know, when DCL throws it on, he turns it on.
Yeah. There could be people out there who are just still refusing to believe that
Yeah.
Everton are coming back to life.
And the next has got to be one of the best box-to-box midfielders in the world.
One of the best now, not top 5.
But one of the top 5 in the Premier League, Decore.
And
He's
soon to be the
spice.
best in the Champions.
He's probably the most
Championship.
informed.
Championship.
He's probably one of the most informed midfielders at the moment, to be honest.
Based on starts.
Based on stats.
I
Yeah,
kind of
okay.
hope they go down just so Mars has to say one of the best box-to-box midfielders or the best box-to-box midfielder in the championship.
He would be.
That's what I've been saying. I've said it like 3 times.
Sorry,
He's trying
Ito
to,
says it.
he doesn't want to.
I don't listen to you as much as
He doesn't
Yeah,
want
fair
to
enough.
change his tune. He's used to what he has to say.
All right. Is that it for you?
Your tattoo will look really
What do you
weird
got,
when he goes
Hito?
down
What
to
do
the
you got?
championship.
Can you do?
He's got it
your-
on his ass, doesn't he?
Yeah, next to the
Top
Ben
top
Rama
five
one.
Top 5 box-to-box midfielders.
Next to Ben Rama. That's on the other cheek.
Top most underrated attackers in the Premier League.
I'm drafting.
No,
Ben
top
Rama.
pickup.
You guys are fucking.
No,
assholes.
do you know what it would be? If he's free, pick him the fuck up.
If he's free,
What do you
up.
say?
Yeah, that's what he says every week. Ben Rama.
Well,
Because he's still free because no one's picking him up.
He should be. I'm drafting him next year.
All right, I,
I
want to
can't
hear
wait to see
Hito's
that
picks.
number
Watch
one.
out, Hito, because Miles might be after you now.
I know. Maybe I should go through them really quickly. I'm continuing the Fulham train. Tom Canny, can't remember his name.
Carney. That's
Carney.
an NRL player that did the bubbler. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that dude.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up.
Yeah. Or
Maybe
don't.
Maybe
Or don't.
Maybe don't. So I'm going Canny because I think definitely no one will own him, but 2 goals out of nowhere, very punty. Awonye could potentially not be picked up, so I thought I'd throw him in there. It probably is owned, but just in case for the short leagues like us. And finally, Pedro Porro. We were screaming to get rid of Spurs defenders and team players.
But I've dropped him now, so he's going to be good.
You've dropped him. He's come back. He's got 12 points this week. And yeah,
That could be good. Are Spurs fixtures all right? Sorry, just to wrap up. the
Spursy
pod.
boys. Let me bring it up for you. We've got Villa, Brentford, Leeds. So yes, they are good.
I like it.
And Kane shouted out his crossing abilities. So
Oh.
there's chat of him being a very good contributor to Spurs moving forward.
Okay.
Boys, we're well over the hour mark now.
All
But
right,
so
let's-
many goals to go
let's wrap it
through.
up.
That's true. That's true. But we need to say goodbye.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Goodbye.
It's been fun, but
any minute over an hour we get paid. Yeah.
yeah, of course.
All right,
I
send
don't
your
know by
donations.
who. Yeah, send donations.
It's we're allowed to scream him out when
we'll
we've
just put
sat here.
Miles's bank
I'll
details
put my
up.
Venmo up.
Your Venmo.
Venmo.
All right. Well, please hit us up on FPL Draft Boys, Twitter, Instagram.
We record mostly Tuesday nights in Australia time. So if you're on Insta, hit us
Good
up in
shout.
real time.
Yeah, look up Australia time.
Yeah. Maybe
Sydney.
We'll do a live
Specifically.
fan pod where we'll get them on, like on a live
Like
chat,
call them in.
or even if
live
it's just
chat.
like yeah, if it's
Hotline.
just
Go
text.
live on Facebook.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Do we buy a burner phone and SIM card and they can
Yeah. We definitely
dial
do
in?
that.
No, we can give them some
Like Triple J, like
Skype
0415. It's
Oh,
a number you'd never
yeah,
remember.
Hotline.
Hotline.
Oh, it'd be hot.
All right, if you want to see
Hito's
us out
hotline.
there,
We get
Bring the
one.
heat.
We'd get
text
one
us.
call.
Instagram, let us know if you want that to happen.